Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. Joining me today are my wonderful Patreons who support the channel and allow me to do all this cool, crazy, and fun, and amazing things. Guys, say hey to the folks at home.
Hello, folks at home.
It is so good to see you guys here, and as you can tell, we are missing our American friends, and that is because this is the season of givings of thanks, so they're off giving thanks. So yeah, they're not here, but we do wish them all a very happy Thanksgiving, and to all those who celebrate, we also wish you guys and extend a very thankful message of gratitude from the Dead Aussie Gamer and friends for all of your support throughout the year, all of the love and generosity and kindness you guys have shown, and yeah, just the ability to continue, again, just being a content creator and a GM and all that stuff. It's just amazing. So thank you all for the opportunity to do so. Now, for today's game, we are about to embark on, of course, a continuation of the 7 Dooms of Sandpoint adventure, in which a group of adventurers from the town of Sandpoint have been given a portent of doom that has been laid over the town, and our heroes have finally defeated the first of the 7 Dooms. Yay! 6 more to go. So yeah. Now, before we kick off today's session, we do have some people to thank. Let's start, of course, with our lovely and wonderful sponsors, Hero Forge for the wonderful artwork you see on stream, as well as the tokens that we use, Sirenscape for the sound effects that you will hear throughout the course of our session, such as the spoopy, creepy... is that it? I only get a dudumph?
Yep, just
Oh, there we go. Yep, all the spoopy, creepy, spoopy noises. So, yep, there's all that. And then, of course, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, which, again, you can see behind me, which is filled with all the cool maps, all the cool, wonderful things. So go and check those out for us. Now, before we kick off, of course, there is no good game without a good group of amazing players. So for that, I would like to turn over to my lovely team to tell you about their characters and themselves while I go and get myself a drink. Yeah, I'm a little bit congested, OG, but I'm okay. I'm doing fine. Just need to, you know, when you wake up and you're like, just like, ugh, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at the moment. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good. All right, well, take it away, team. We'll start with none other than Cinderial, played by our dear friend Schooly Eye.
Yes. So I am the young elf who is the cleric of the goddess of fire and love and healing, effectively, Sirenray. Even though she was burned while starting to prep for worship so many years ago. Needless to say, she got very, very close to people like Peyton because of all the events in the town, and somehow hasn't managed to lose him since. Yeah, she still tries to effectively protect his ass and keep him out of danger when, you know, he always gets into danger, so she's always pulled into it now.
hello, I'm Bavarian. I play Westinson. He is a guard of ill renown from a local city who has decided to remove the memories of his past through the imbibement of brain-altering liquids. He's joined up the group mostly as a path to redemption, and now part of it is to annoy the semi-elf that's with the group. Speaking of,
Hello everyone, I'm Matt from All Things Fantasy, and I play Navander, a semi-retired specialist who was trained to be an air-to-ground combat warrior, but is now a nice, humble little rancher. He has a chicken and potato farm out in the Sandpoint hinterlands, a beautiful wife who's the local ranger Shalelu. He was doing pretty well. He's been doing pretty well. Until Father Xanthilis asked us for just a tiny little favor, like a tiny little itty bitty favor. So he's joined with these groups. He's joined with this group to make sure that they don't just wreck up the town or end up hurting themselves.
There you go. And this is, of course, our amazing and wonderful team. We, of course, have Titus, who is our tiefling Azarketi, played by Sean. Ziak, our monster hunting Knoll, played by Rock Protector. And Peyton, our human fighter. Fighter? Is he a fighter? I feel like he's a fighter.
Rogue.
Rogue.
Roughly rogue.
Human rogue, played by our dear friend Neil from Immersion Diversion. Again, we wish them all well on the Thanks of Givings. All right. But of course, today's adventure is going to continue nonetheless with the remaining members of our group. But before we kick off, we have one last person to thank, and that is our amazing and wonderful audience members who help support the channel, allow us to do all the cool, crazy, fun, and amazing things that we do here at the channel. And as such, we like to keep all the DAG shows as interactive as possible because we want you guys to feel like you're, a part of the table. We want to invite you to gather around and be here with us. So there are a number of ways that you, while we're playing, can interact with the game as we go. First of all, starting off with channel points, which you earn just by watching the show. You can do a ton of really cool, fun, and amazing things, such as inspiration, insight bonuses, wandering monsters, divine interventions, tons of cool stuff that has honestly saved my players' bacons on way more occasions than I care to count. Then, of course, for those of you who have disposable income and can help your old friend Dag continue to pay rent and do all the cool things, or help with our Dag survival check that you can see down there, we have a number of monetary donations that have a more tangible effect on our game as we play. First of all, we have our $5 donation, which is the red marks you can see on my players, and the purple marks you see on me. These are hero points and jinx points. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of cards I have in front of me. The first deck is a deck of heroic actions, which include a free power, but also serve as a hero point for a player of your choice. The next deck I have is a deck of flashbacks and plot twists, which I will use in order to add a story prompt to the game while we are playing. This prompt is more just to kind of test me as a GM, kind of like put my skills to the test to see if I can keep my story fluid and change things as the plot twists dictate. For $20, you can donate to give someone the coveted golden natural 20, which is just a natural 20. Kind of works just like that. It's a freaking success, and sometimes you just need it sometimes. You just need something to freaking work. So yeah, there's that. Then, of course, for $50, the big 50, you guys can give a magic item to a player of your choosing. This can be a homebrew item you design, and then we put into the game. It could be an item that you would like me to design, or it could be an item from that player's wish list, whatever the case. Alternatively, for $50, if you want to, you can make things more difficult for my players by increasing the difficulty of an encounter by a huge step. The boss buff can include increasing the strength of the boss. It could also include upping the stakes, making the terrain more difficult, changing the circumstances of what success means. Tons of cool stuff there. So yeah, that's what a boss buff is. And then lastly, we have the secret menu item, the $100 secret menu item, in which our heroes, who are currently, I'm going to turn that off real quick because that is very distracting. It's a good soundtrack. I was just like, oh, it's kind of cool. I don't like it, but then it started getting high pitched. I was like, eh. All right, the $100 secret menu item. Let's see. You guys are currently in Sandpoint doing the Sandpoint things. Oh, I need my book. Hold on. Sorry. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I will tell you the secret menu item.
I think that might have been the cliffhanger.
So, chat, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic time. I would be interested to see what you believe will be taking place in the game today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send them out to us. We are more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Meanwhile, have we decided that we're fighting a ghoul? Is that a thing we've decided to do?
It was running after someone threatened it.
So,
And someone started chasing after it.
And
The
then
secret menu
the
item.
diversion fellow went after him.
now, our group is currently on a quest entitled Dealing with the Ghouls, which is part of the adventure that we're in. Negotiations have kind of broken down and now there's a battle. However, there is a upcoming quest here which will involve the if anyone remembers, his name was Charn Scarnetti. He was the eldest son of the Scarnetti family. He was the guy who kind of like tried to get in the way of like the ritual to summon Nualia's spirit to forgive her. He was kind of like the very pompous dude who also kind of was like, I don't owe the fortune dragon anything. My family did everything on their own. Hop-de-top-de-top. So anyway, Charn is going to make a reoccurrence in, well, maybe today, but a little bit later. But effectively, he is going to attempt to do a fundraiser of sorts in order to try and curry more influence and favor through the town. Now, originally, our heroes will need to try and figure out a way to, influence that party or to do something with that party and stuff like that. But the $100 secret menu item is this. A massive bout of amnesia will occur, and Khan Scarnetti will completely forget every single member of the party. He will have no idea who they are. He will have no negative feelings towards them. Quite the opposite, in fact. He will try to encourage the party to like him and put on all the airs and graces, and the heroes will get to enjoy the full hospitality of the Scarnetti household. Because at present, there's no way in hell that Card Scarnetti is gonna invite you guys to the party and do all that sort of stuff. So for this particular $100 secret menu item, we are gonna hit the big reset button on that man's brain, and our heroes are gonna have their alignment or their hostility against the Scarnetti family reset to 0. So that is what that one is. So not important for the fight currently, but it will, of course, shape the entire encounter involving the Scarnetti family. So there you go. Cool. All right. Well, I didn't know where to go from there. All right. With that being said, you guys ready to go?
Sure.
All right, well, let's get our freaking game on. So, when last we left our epic adventurers, our heroes had recently defeated Rip Nugget, a ghoulish goblin from beneath the pits just on the Devil's Plateau, and thus our heroes defeated the first of the 7 dooms. However, this was only a rippling effect, as a ghoul by the name of Wolga Raps has approached the group, saying that there are a number of disenfranchised ghouls in the area that Rip Nugget had brought to life, and had now nowhere and no leader to follow. Wargul came with an arrangement. Allow him to devour the corpse of Rip Nugget, thus gaining command over the ghouls in the area. And the heroes would no longer hunt the ghouls. They would come and go as they please, but would also serve as an underground deterrent for anyone else trying to lay eyes or lay harm upon the city of Sandpoint. The idea was tempting, at least for some. But eventually our heroes decided that they were able to protect the town without the help of the ghoul. And that this individual was a dangerous man, as he is more than just simply a ghoul, but one who has the ability to create machinations that may work against the town in the future. So a battle ensued, and that is where we are currently amidst. A giant fight with Wulgar in which our poor Peyton has been bitten. A large spray of blood litters the ground of the graveyard as Peyton loses consciousness. Ziak, looking at Peyton's injured body, says, "We don't have time. I have to take him to Father Xantus for reasons." And they both disappear. Leaving Cinderio, Westinson, and Evander to conclude the battle.
Always making up cleaning his always making us clean up his own messes.
Exactly.
Well, that is Peyton to Scenario, to be fair.
Yeah, that is fair. All right.
Let's really have a chat with that boy.
Without any further ado, let's get into initiative, and we will re-roll the initiative here. It didn't change much. Woolgar is going to go first, followed by Cinderio, Westinson, and Evander. Now, Woolgar, as he wipes the blood from his mouth, he looks over at the remaining fighters. He sets his sight on who he deems is probably the easiest victim, Cinderio. He makes a move, stealthing behind one of the nearby gravestones. Let's see how his stealth goes. Ooh, okay. That's not ideal. Is that not gonna... No?
You can see it's still shaking.
Yeah, it is still just shaking. All right, 21. All right, you guys may make a perception check. Your DC is 21.
I love how the worst roll is his roll. It's gonna work out well for him.
Yep. You're muted, Doug.
All right, yeah, you all see him go behind the gravestone. You kind of like, so no one is caught by surprise. When indeed, he starts to dart around, trying to make his way over to Cinderio. However, he's going to ready an action at this point, and Cinderio, we then go to you. He is in cover.
He's in cover. Okay. Well, Sandero does not like the fact that he tried to basically have food to go of her friend Peyton. So she's going to try to bathe him in some holy light. You say he's in cover, so light cover or full cover, Doug?
Full cover.
Just so I can put the right.
Yep.
So,
If you wanted to, I do have a way to negate that.
Negate the full cover?
Yeah.
Well, don't leave us in suspense.
yep.
I have a focus spell that reduces the cover. It reduces it by 1 degree, so instead of having full cover, it'll have half cover.
Okay, I tell you what. Sandero will delay until after Evander.
All right.
Way to do it.
Not a problem. That's all I guess. All right. Delay till after the Vander, which goes to Westinson next. Do you want to wait until after the Vander?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm going to move over to here
Mhm.
as action number 1. action number 2, I'm going to lob an alchemist's fire at him.
All right, nice. Make your attack. Please put in that he has cover on your little bottom left-hand side thing.
And it would just be base attack for range.
Ranged attack, yeah.
Oh, this is probably not going to do it, but what the heck? Or it will.
Damn! Freaking critical hit. All right, you just. As he just gets hit by this massive bomb. All right.
So 1d8 fire damage and 1 persistent fire damage.
Yep. Roll it onto him. Oh, you actually don't have a roll thing. Hold on. Let me.
Correct.
Let me just.
Critical, so double, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So just grab 2d8 and roll it in the chat for you to apply it.
Yes, please. And give me a number between 1 to 5. Of course.
And 2 persistent bleed. And we'll go with 4.
And 2 persistent bleed.
I'm officially scared because this means something bad's about to happen.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, was it?
Yep.
All right. 4 is Roaring Blast. The target is deafened until he heals.
Okay. So that was action 1, action 2. Action 3, I'm going to use defensive stance, and I'm going to transfer the 2 armor class to Cinderia.
All right, very well. Sindariel, you have 2 armor class as Westinson protects you. Navander, you're up next.
Taking out my short bow, I knock an arrow that is painted a silvery blue. I take aim and shoot. Now, the arrow in midair turns into what appears to be a shooting star as I cast Shooting Star as my focus spell. Now, this will reduce. This rule, I need to make a ranged strike, and I ignore the target's concealment and reduce the target's cover by 1 degree. Now, I need to see if I actually hit. So let's do that, shall we?
Yep, let's do it.
He would have half cover. Which would be lesser cover, right? Yes? Lesser cover?
Yep.
Yeah. Would a 26 hit?
Yes, it does.
Wonderful. All right. With that, where to go? Yeah. With that, there is a shining meteor that now hangs in the same line that the ghoul sits in. It reduces. Now everyone gets that reduction of cover against this creature, as well as any concealment that this creature may have.
All right. Very well. All right. Well, I guess. Yep. Sorry, go on.
And then I'm going to just shoot it again.
Shoot him again.
This time with an all arrow.
Now, does this? So this is an attack action, so it does trigger the multi-attack penalty when you use that ability.
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it does. So I'll be doing my second attack. With a normal arrow. Oh, a 15 probably doesn't hit.
It does not. Unfortunately, that arrow flies wide and into the graveyard.
Oh well. Just follow the trail. Just shoot in that line. You should be able to hit the ghoul.
All right. With the path now laid out, Cinderio, you have a line upon the ghoul.
Well, so following in line of her 2 companions.
Yep.
She will use fire and follow the target that's been placed by your two comrades. As
All right.
Holy Light tries to fall down on his head.
Ooh, okay, yeah. You know what? I feel like this fight is not going to be very long. All right, a critical strike with Holy Light as Cinderio blasts the ghoul. And then gives me a... Yep, go on.
So I need to know, does this target have the unholy trait by any chance?
Probably. Let's have a look. He
Oh, no.
has... oh, no, he doesn't. He has Undead, Ghoul, Medium, and Unique. But he does not have Unholy. No,
Okay,
he doesn't.
so-
Yeah, he does not have Unholy.
Just to double check, wasn't Unholy one of the ones that came in with Pathfinder with the remaster? So if the
I believe Seven Dooms for Sandpoint was already in the remaster, if I'm not mistaken. Because when did the remaster come out?
I think it's been around for about a year.
yeah, I think it was about this time last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one was, let's see.
The front cover would have remaster at the top.
Yeah, 2024. Does it? Does it have
Yeah, it goes in
remaster
the
at the top?
I thought most of them did if it's in the top right hand corner.
No, it's got the second edition at the top.
Okay.
I don't know if it, yeah, I don't recall any of the those ones having remaster at the top, but yeah, anyway.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it
Anyway,
is.
well,
Let
he
me-
gets fire damage anyway.
I'm just gonna check regular ghouls real quick.
Yeah. It's whether he gets spirit damage as well as this.
Yeah, yeah. Let's have a look. Ghouls. Oh no, yeah, you're right. Ghouls do have unholy as a trait.
Okay, so drop the spirit damage on him as well.
Yes, please. And he is destroyed. All right, with a flash of light, Wolgul lets loose a last defying screech as his creaky flesh and bones are vaporized by your holy light.
Good work, team. Everyone did amazing in that last fight. Westonson, your bomb was incredible. Sindariel, your spell was amazing. I think we all did a spectacular job today. Congratulations. You should be very proud of yourselves.
Am I getting a raise?
I've never
You'll get
seen that
paid.
much fire in such a short period of time. Hope
You know,
Simon race, please.
For all his talk, he seemed a little bit...
Flammable?
A little bit not immune to 3 fucking crits.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you guys want, I can throw something bigger at you. Yeah, Matt, what do you reckon?
Oh,
No, we
that
basically
does
just
sound like fun.
we crawled out of the pit basically on our elbows at the end.
Come on, Dag. At least throw a lich at us. Come on.
No, sure, I can do that. Rip Nugget returns.
Only if ATF gets to play him again. The trash talk was delightful.
But that probably tells me that his group seems to be more orientated towards pack tactics. So he'd probably be, if he's part of that group, and if they're all trained together, if they've been eating together, fighting together, surviving together, that means the group will be a lot tougher than just trying to take down an individual.
Mhm.
Do you remember how many he said that he had with him?
Or just to drive a point, the bit where he said that the ghouls are completely disenfranchised and ununited.
He
Probably
was going to use eating Rip Nugget to coalesce them.
because
Yeah.
they aren't currently coalesced. So no, there is no there are no, you did good. You solved the thing. You killed the guy.
Don't try to sound too disgusting.
No, I know, I know. I'm loving it. It's like the player logic of like, okay, we've finished phase 1. No phases. No phases. Look,
Yeah.
his entry in this book is barely a page. Okay, like there are so many other things here that are gonna that are gonna happen. This guy was just a footnote, for sure. So yes,
Barely a speed bump.
barely a speed bump. Um, but hey, you beat him, so there you go.
Now I'll point out we don't have disposable ghouls to throw at Doom 2,
It's true.
which arguably had a better graphics engine and better movement engine than Doom 1. So I expect to be slightly harder fight, but
That's true. That's true.
Well, I'm
I
not
am a
too
nerd.
comfortable with the idea of a bunch of goblins running around either. So we could just go back and just the whole lot of them.
What you're saying, we go to the dungeon and grind?
Let's grind. No, I've already sharpened all my arrows.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
This will be blunting them.
I need a feat that allows me to get past the fourth wall.
But Weston, if they're all like him and we just look at them strangely and they go pop, not much of a defensive line if you did try to use them.
It might be enough to distract. Wasn't really thinking defensive line. Sometimes you bring some prisoners with you, so when you get to the big fight in the bar, the prisoners go first. Or rookies, Eh.
All right. I think I see an issue. I think I see a slight issue here, Weston. Are you saying that you'd rather risk the lives of those creatures that you deem lesser than yourself?
No.
That's not right, Weston. It's a little bit wrong. I want you to go stand in that corner and think about what you've done.
All right, how to do it better. Good call. Needs some thought.
All right. So what we need to do now?
Oh,
Good
by
as-
the way, Navander,
Hmm.
in case you're curious, there's like rotting corpse over there that's slightly burnt. In case you're concerned about it decaying. Now we're in the corner.
Go stand in that corner.
You realize you're in a graveyard outside, and there are no corners.
I immediately pull out my portable lab, my pocket workshop. I now have a corner.
Okay.
Spectacular.
Well, guys, we came here to speak to him and tell him to disappear, I guess. Should we maybe go and make sure Peyton is okay? That bite looked rather severe.
It did look pretty bad. I'm sure
I
Father
think-
Sanders had it well.
I think he's already been cursed with the disease at least once.
He has.
Becoming a bit of a habit for him. But yeah, when we went down to get Navalia's hand skull.
Right.
First time we started running into these beasts, a lot of us got inflicted. If it helps, I still have a dose of anti-plague we were given before we went down there.
We should probably stock up on that then too.
I think the apothecary carried the stuff needed to make, or made it.
What was her name? Misha. Misha.
Wasn't a dwarf.
No.
Right, Misha.
Alright, how about we go check up on Peyton, and then we'll head up, then we'll get some rest, go to Misha's in the morning, and then see what we can do about this second Doom. Sound like a plan?
Yep. I'll be at the tavern.
Which one are you getting shot out of today?
No, I'm not going to the hag. That smarmy bastard that runs the place owes me money. Or I owe him money, and I can't remember which way it goes. So I'm going to the other one there.
All right.
All right.
So
Alright, I'm gonna
Going
do
in-
temple.
going to the temple. Our heroes make it to the Sandpoint Cathedral, not too far away from the graveyard, of course. As they arrive, they are greeted by Father Xantus. He informs the group that Peyton is okay for the time being. His life is not in danger. However, he wants to keep him overnight for observation. Ziak has offered to stay the night and just keep an eye as well. But for the time being, you should all get some rest. You have spent quite the fulfilling day between your escapades in the pit, returning home, and of course, whatever business you had in the graveyard that you didn't want to tell me about that involved the injury of one of your teammates.
It's fine. He wandered
He's
across
again
and
not.
tripped over Tombstone.
As you say that, I will incur that you have lost a little respect from Father Xantus for trying to give him such a blatant lie. As the next morning reels in, you spending the night doing whatever you would like to do, whether it's being in the pub or whether it is getting a good night's rest, you end up in the morning receiving 2 missives. The first is from a man named Brodert Quink. He is the individual who, when you returned from the pit, you recall the research notes and things that you'd found in Rip Nugget's chambers and stuff like that?
Mhm.
Yep. The letter seems to ask if you would bring said research notes to visit the bookshop owner, Brodert Quink, when at your earliest convenience. The second letter is from a store, actually. It is from the... One moment. It is from the Feathered Serpent. The Feathered Serpent shop. You've been invited by Vorvashali Voon to come and see them at the earliest convenience, as well as to enjoy a 5% discount on all of their clockwork and alchemical gear, should you wish to do some shopping.
Go and pick up some reagents.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
There were 2 things.
Well, there's
you will
a
need
small
to you will
issue
need to engage in a little more than just yep. So let's try this let's try to up this a little bit as you guys actually converse about what you would like to do instead of accepting that you've received 2 letters.
So we've received a letter to get these research materials. I remember seeing Ziak with them last, and he seemed rather impartial to their existence at the time.
Well, to be fair, we were dealing with a Doom of Sandpoint.
I agree. I just don't know if they still exist. I was preoccupied
yes.
when he was over at the table.
What other what does
That's true. Didn't see it burn them.
I
what
didn't.
what research do we need to do? What items
Well,
do we need to rotate?
I remember him talking to the short Nomi guy. That's a good friend from the tall monkey girl. Like I'm a girl that's a monk, not a monkey that's a girl. Just to clarify, it's a monk, a girl monk. Anyway, he was talking to the short Nomi guy about the notes, and was pretty adamant of those notes transforming themselves to something other than notes. But I didn't remember
Like
seeing
a
him do it.
book?
No, like Ash. I don't remember seeing him do it because I was kind of preoccupied at the time.
All I remember is hearing, because I wasn't seeing very much at the time, was something about this sort of magic shouldn't be allowed and no one should ever hear about it again.
So we naturally want to find the magic and give it off to the nearest person.
I kind of agree with Ziak a bit, but we need to go to the temple to talk to Ziak to find out whether or not he actually destroyed the notes or has them in his possessions, or the small gnomish one took them. I don't have them. You were preoccupied trying to kill us at the time.
The notes themselves were in the possession of the gnome that you had dealt with, Caliban.
You mean Caliban?
Yeah, so he has the
Is he-
physical
is-
notes, but Brodert wishes to discuss them with you.
But
Okay.
first things first this morning, I need to head down to the inn, and I need to get myself and the tall monk woman breakfast.
Kefsarin?
Sure, her. And then I need to go to the alchemist to pick up some reagents. Then we can go to the temple and talk to the gnome. And maybe check
So
out
I'm hearing is you want to go to the feathered shop first.
Yeah, the feathered shop might be a good idea.
Yeah.
And then we'll follow up with Quink. Oh, what, is that his name? Quink?
Queek was the book guy, I think.
Brodert Quink.
Heard it.
Yeah. Part of Quink. Wasn't he the book guy, the guy that wanted the research?
He is
Yes.
one of the Thessalonian experts, yes.
Yeah.
He was the one you were talking about in regards to the hellfire flume when you were down doing that in the warrens and stuff.
Alright, well, let's head to the Feathered Serpent.
Okay. You make your way towards the market area where indeed you can see there is a clockwork store. Upon its entrance, you see the Feathered Serpent, as the serpent kind of seems to be rolling on these various gears that make up where the sign happens to be.
That's cool.
All right. As you enter, you see one moment. I forgot his name again. Vorvashali Voon. This individual. They're currently seeing to a customer, but when you walk in, their smile lights up as they watch you approach. Ah, yes, my friends. Sorry, pardon. Is that all that will be for today? Okay, well, that is only 3 copper pieces. All right. Well, yes, we'll talk very soon, please. And oh, for the grandchildren as well. He hands like a couple of little like sort of hand crank toys and stuff like that, and shuffles this rather not old but like middle-aged woman out the door. Ah, yes, please come in. You're exactly the people I wanted to see. I've heard so much about what has been going on. You've been journeying up the Devil's Plateau and exploring the pit that's up there. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah, don't look so surprised. Sandpoint is a small town, and many people speak of such things. I was actually talking to a friend of mine, another merchant, Meisha. She is a friend of... a friend is a very loose term, but she knows some of you. I was hoping to speak with all of you, but I mean... okay, come in. Can I get you some tea, some coffee?
Tea would be amazing, thank you.
I'll have some coffee.
Ah, wonderful. Okay, he runs off and he pours a hot cup of coffee for each of you. Before he sits down and gets to brass tacks, he says, Now, as you've probably guessed, I am a purveyor of clockwork and mechanical wares. It's somewhat of a passion of mine, and since opening my store in Sandpoint, I have managed to get to experience a wide variety of different inventions. There's a lot that this town can benefit from with a little bit of innovation, and, well, I'm sure you are aware that there's a little bit of a goblin problem in the region.
Navanda chuckles a little bit.
Well, they are small, so it would be a little problem.
Yes, yes, indeed. Um, I would like to show you something. This was found off a goblin that was trying to pilfer some scraps from my leftovers before I took them over to Junker's Edge. And he presents onto the table what appears to be a wingless, headless body of a clockwork bird the size of a blue jay.
Fascinating.
You take a moment and you kind of like inspect this. It's really high quality, not something you'd really expect for a goblin to piece together. Also, real quick, a very, very big thank you and happy Thanksgiving to the family of Immersion Diversion, our dear friend Neil, and of course Neil's mom. Hi, Neil's mom. We miss Neil. I hope that you guys have an amazing holiday. Mwah. Okay, so this is what has been presented to you.
So the goblin made this.
Well, that's just the thing. I don't think the goblin made this. I think perhaps he has come upon it somehow or somewhere. I feel as though perhaps this is something of a far more creative make that this goblin seems to have gotten their hands on. And it would be such a terrible shame if, if whoever made this, all the pieces just lay strewn about, left to rot, decay. I mean, I could never make something like this, not without a great deal of effort. But the goblin who was trying to steal this, or was pilfering my stuff, should I say, the one that I found this on, he was one of the goblins from the... One moment. Yes, I can read what my thing is. Whistlefang. Yes, it was a Whistlefang goblin. Navander, the moment you hear that, you know that the goblins in the pit were the Whistlefang goblins.
Your community, the clockwork community would be relatively small in the Sandpoint hinterland. Do you have any idea about who could have built something like this?
No, I don't have the faintest idea to begin with.
Mind if I have a look?
Please, by all means. You inspect. You inspect the small headless wingless bird. Please make me a craft check as you inspect it.
Okay, so I do have the inventor ability, which does something here. Oh, allows me to create formulas. Okay, never mind. Doesn't
Very well.
be relevant. $24.
All right. So, with the 24, you can't really tell much about how to repair or how to fix this, but you can tell that, first of all, it is not just a goblin-made item, for sure. This definitely has a lot of, like, very intricate moving parts, very, very manufactured. But again, it has been ripped apart, likely through someone playing with it or someone, like, just destroying it for the lulz. And it is, or was, should I say, a magic weapon or magic item of some kind. Not magic weapon, magic item. Wondrous item.
Whistlefang goblins are found in the pit.
Looks like we might be going back down to the pit. This is a potentially hazardous thing to have floating around. Would you mind if I kept this?
Actually, I would. I'm sorry, but again, professional curiosity and the like. If somebody of your he kind of says there's no way to beat around it. There are stories about you, Westinson, and I'd much rather not put something so delicate in the hands of the town drunk.
I carefully put it down on the counter. I then proceed to go to a table.
Oh, he wouldn't have let you
Pull
pick
out my musket ass.
So he first of all he wouldn't have let you pick it up.
Yeah,
Again,
fair
exact same thing. You do not have this stellar reputation. So he's like, yes, you can inspect it, you can look at it, but yeah, he's like, yeah. But he does say this. He says, I believe Navander is correct that if the this bird was in fact with the Whistlefang goblins, that means perhaps there are more pieces of it that may reside within the pit. Rumor has it that you might be going back at some point or another, and if you do and you find any of these pieces, I'd be more than happy to give you 50 gold pieces for each songbird part that you can bring to me. And he pours the gold on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
If only you also let us see the final product as well.
That can be arranged, of course.
Because something like this would be a treasure.
Absolutely. My only goal would be to assemble it. And to ensure that whoever crafted it in the first place, well, that at least whichever craftsman it happened to be, their product wouldn't just meet such an unfortunate end as to be torn apart and left for scrap by goblins.
I'd agree.
While they're having this conversation, I go over to a table and pull out my axe musket and pull out my artisan tools and start fixing my musket.
He will ask you to not do that here. Mostly because it's a shop and you've just like plopped it onto a table with a lot of wares. Also, it's a gun. So he's
Which
could you
which
please
notably he wouldn't have seen.
could you please not just look, thank you for this.
Right.
I think it'd be best if you oh, you know what? For coming through, please. The 5% discount is not just for today. It's for whenever you would like to come back and enjoy the wares of the Feathered Serpent. But for now, unfortunately, I'm just about to go on lunch break. It's like 9 a.m. And I'm about to go on lunch break, so I'm going to have to bid you farewell. And he's trying to usher you away.
Yeah. So now would just say, I'm surprised there's no maker's mark on something that fine. As we're all walking, being ushered out.
There might be, but it may possibly be on the wings or on the head or one of the other missing pieces.
All right, we find any more pieces, we'll bring back to you.
Thank you. He closes the door. Ding, 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 ding. I appreciate Westinson was trying to be like, hey, I'm not the big drunk that I've spent the entire campaign trying to prove that I am. I know some stuff about this thing, and in order to do so, whips out a gun and throws it down and says, I'm going to just start doing like tinkering craft work on your stock table. So yeah, he's very, yeah. He kind of viewed that a little bit like a threat.
Which I'll note, he didn't see me walk in with, because I have the ring of desertion.
Oh, okay.
Fair. My armor and weapons. So literally out of nowhere, I reach back and pull out a musket double axe. Fair.
Again, still a very odd thing and a somewhat threatening thing to do. This individual is he's kind of like, okay, well, I'm just gonna usher these guys out, these potential troublemakers. But hey, you know what? Better you guys to go into the pit and try to find bits and pieces than for him to. So yeah, he's good.
Westinson had already decided he didn't like this guy.
Fair. Oh no, how dare he follow my reputation? Do you know who I am? Yes, I know exactly who you are.
I know who you are. You're a drunk.
Yeah, you're.
I know. Doesn't mean Westinson has to like him.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you get to call me a drunk. Only my friends get to call
Friends
me a
do.
drunk.
Yep.
Okay. Where to next, gentlemen?
Is Misha's on the way to the temple?
Or we can go talk to Brodit.
I can talk to him too. But we should probably go to the temple to talk to the gnome to figure out if they have the notes that he's looking for. Unless, of course, we want to talk to him before we get the notes to try to discern why he wants them. I'll leave that thought process to you.
Thanks.
I'm actually surprised this guy learned about the notes because I don't. So why would Caliban have mentioned the notes to?
I don't know if Caliban did. Maybe in his research, he found out that those notes might be down there because it didn't really seem like that was Rip Nugget's naturally occurring environment. And I am Christina's real dad.
Well, I don't like the idea of not answering a letter. So if we're not going to do this today, we should write Brodit a letter back stating that we have received the letter and we shall get to it at our earliest convenience.
Fair.
Or we could just go have a chat with him now.
Have a chat with him, figure out at least why he is so interested. At least it might help Caliban phrase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as we don't promise anything. Also, I'm not quite sure what these notes entail. I didn't actually see the notes.
Or did I? But if
Nor
they
did
were
I.
in that little weasel's hands, they probably are not good. Not
I mean,
the gnome, the goblin.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so while we have a chat with Brodit, don't promise anything, just say, yeah, sure, okay. We might be able to. It depends what he's asking. He's rather maddeningly unhelpful in the letter. But that's why we go see him.
Shall we?
Okay. So, you begin to make your way to the frickin'
Brought out quick
the
shop.
library. The bookshop. That's the one I'm thinking of. As you make your way there, you can see that the bookshop is a little rundown. Not not kind of like in a like destroyed kind of way, but like it's just never really seen to like any kind of renovations and stuff. It looks a little bit older than some of the other buildings in the area. As the door swings open, you are greeted by a goblin. Hello, welcome to the bookstore. Oh shit! And he hides behind the counter the moment he sees Navander.
I was gonna say, could Navander, just instinctively go for a kick?
He was behind the desk. You can, yeah, I mean, obviously when you open the door, you are not immediately where the desk is. So you will not be able to go for a kick. You open the door and you can see him duck behind. You then, a few moments later, hear this ruffling sound before this sock puppet shows up. And it's got like a little monocle, it's got a little mustache. The sock puppet comes up and it's kind of like, it's got like a little name tag that says human written on it. Hello, fellow humans. Welcome to the bookshop. How can I help you?
Navander's gonna start walking in, grabs the puppet by the hand, lifts up the goblin.
Oh God! Please don't kill me!
And
Why?
you thought it caused a problem in the last place, eh?
Huh?
Eh?
What? I don't know you people! Well, I kind of know you from reputation. The Goblin Stomper. Ah. Please!
Yes.
My skin
Now,
is so
give me-
fragile.
Time out. I need some clarification. He's an elf. They don't stomp. Their shoes get dirty.
Who's an elf?
What?
Isn't Nevada
Who's
part
an
elf?
elf?
They both look at you and say, "Who's an elf?"
Navander.
They look at Navander and the goblin look at each other. They look back at you.
He's tall, lanky, and runs around with a bow. That elf.
As I'm saying, why shouldn't I stop?
Because I can do this. And he licks his nose, like he just puts his tongue in there.
Lucky I'm wearing my heavy shoes today.
No, please. And you hear from behind, yes, no, that's quite enough of that. If you would be so kind as to put down young Pickles, my employee. As an elderly man comes from behind the counter carrying a large pile of books. This is Brodert Quink.
Navander drops the goblin.
And then he scurries. Yes, no, that's quite all right. Pickles, why don't you do some inventory out the back while I tend to our new guests?
Yeah, sure, boss. Okay.
Oh. He walks backwards and heads into the back. Yes, sorry about that. Pickles is a remnant from previous encounters with the goblins here. Relatively harmless. He was convinced to work here for his life by the heroes of Sandpoint, actually. And he's been quite helpful ever since, though many of the townsfolk still do not appreciate Goblin working in the town. He's been perfectly fine with his supply of brined cucumbers.
Still, answering the door when one was not expecting a goblin shakes one up.
Yes, but I mean, very few in town tend to come this way. Though I did invite you, so I mean, that should be on me, really. Poor thing. Anyway, yes, it's been a while since we spoke. Last I managed to, I talked to you about the Hellfire Plume. The one that was beneath the graveyard that you had discovered. Do you recall?
No, sorry.
No?
We've had a couple of,
Oh, no, that wasn't you. That was Father Xantus. Oh, my word. I'm sorry, my old age. I'm getting a bit dottery.
Now that you mentioned this Hellfire, what did you call it? Hellfire
Flume.
Could you tell me about that? That's currently underneath the graveyard.
Well, you discovered it, in fact. He recounts the graveyard, the warrens that you explored, and the various tunnels that eventually led you to the demon that was down in the depths beneath the temple.
So you got more information about that. Perfect. Wonderful. Great job.
Brodert says, in a time gone past... one moment. In a time gone past, Varesia was once inhabited by the Thessalonian Empire. Covered from as far as the coast could see, and even parts that have now sunken into the ocean, the Thessalonians warred, fought, and littered these entire regions with a variety of different structures, now many of which barely able to hold themselves together. At the edge of the town of Sandpoint is a place known as Old Light. A crumbling tower that you guys can see here, whose original purpose was never quite understood or known. Some suggested it was like a, well, lighthouse, hence the name Old Light, what would allow for people who were traveling via the sea to avoid the rocky shores of the Varesian coastline. But Brodert has another theory. It was indeed a weapon. used in times gone past in order to deter folks with a large and powerful blast of energy. Your gnomish friend, Caliban, brought several notes that you had acquired from inside the pit. Old and ancient Thessalonian texts, which were simple enough for me to translate, as the foremost expert on ancient Thessalonians in the region. And I believe... Sorry?
Great plug, yep.
Yep. And I believe that the place that you had gone to was somewhat of a connecting battery for this large structure. It would provide a vast amount of evocation magic that would then be fired out from this large structure through the Hellfire flume. I believe... Sorry, go on.
There was a demon trap there. I remember a story that demons could be used as energy sources, so that could make sense.
Yes, and it was not the first time demons and devils were used for their vast amounts of energies as well. There's a dam near Fort Rannoch that used to be powered by the presence of two such demons trapped within. It stands to reason that if there was indeed a demon trapped here, it could be for a similar purpose as well. Now, I believe that there is something I can do with the energy that resides within the Hellfire flume that may be of value to you in your endeavors. At present, you are heading to the pit several hours away. As such, I believe what I can do is redirect the evocation energy and transfer it through a number of teleportation circles which we had found and uncovered, and turn it into a gateway between the pit and here. And if the pit is indeed tied to a lot of the Thessalonian ruins that we find in Sandpoint, it might mean that you would be able to transport yourselves and any spoils you find within the pit to Sandpoint.
Would it be possible to have multiple gates open at once, or do we only have one gate? We only have one gate.
Well, at present, I only have the one linking to Sandpoint. However, I believe that in the pit, there may be a number of anchor points that you would be able to establish. Meaning that so long as you reach those anchor points, and somebody on the other side, say myself or Pickles, is present to make the connection, you would be able to transport yourself between the 2 points.
That would be very useful.
Now,
Super useful.
in order to do this... Oh, sorry, go on.
Sure. Is this gate going to be open all the time?
No.
Would things be able just to...
No, it wouldn't be able to... Like I said, it's kind of like... Think of it like knocking on a door and then someone needing to open it. Well, at least going this way. If you wish to go to somewhere that has a connector from Sandpoint, you should be able to simply go there. But returning, you would need to knock on the door.
That was Cindero's worry in case people tried to use it as a back door into Sandpoint.
Broden's explaining it. Yeah. But unfortunately, while a skilled in Thessalonian lore, though I may be, my expertise in certain magics is somewhat lacking. Is anyone an expert in arcane, nature, occult, or religion?
Yes. Arcane.
Okay. Well, if you can head into the Hellstorm flume, find the focus that is down there, make physical contact with it, and realign it to repurpose the energies from evocation to conjuration, which is a DC 30 skill check, by the way. Then we can establish a link between Sandpoint and the pit.
You're gonna have to show me how you do this first.
Again, I can't. I don't know how to. You're the one who needs to.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can give it a shot.
I mean, you're an expert in it, so yes, you do know how to do it.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, there's a difference between theory and practice, you know? Practical. You can read a book about it, but then actually going to do it is something different entirely.
It's a good thing you're an expert at it.
Yeah.
I assume you know what this focus looks like, Navander.
I should be able to feel it, or taste it in this regard.
I'm more thinking about the crystal that we saw with the demon that he wanted one of us to touch
Yeah, exactly.
to let him free.
If I can get the taste of that, I should be able to find it.
Okay.
All right. Cool. That is all. Broden has shared the information. He has told you what you need to do. You can do that whenever you would like. Again, this is a sandbox type deal. This is just information you have been given. If you don't wish to do that and you just wish to take the 2-hour trip and head up and down, then you can absolutely do that as well. This is just a pure choice of what you would like to do. Now, as far as the devil that was in there goes, I feel as though the devil didn't escape, did he?
I think
We didn't let him go. I can't remember if when the Fortune Dragon came out or something like that.
No, he's still there. I feel like he's that demon.
Yeah.
He's still.
Titus didn't take him up on his offer to let him free.
Yeah, that's what I remember. So yeah, he's still in there. So that means the whole thing's still powered up. So yeah, you guys are good.
All right, let's go take a look at this crystal. Let me see if I can play around with it.
So you're gonna head down there now?
I mean, I see no reason why not, unless there was something else we want to do.
Gives Peyton more time to recover from that bite and whatever's coursing through his blood these days.
Not a problem.
As Sandero starts twitching, thinking about the depths and the other place that we crawled out of, almost dead.
You'll be fine, Sandaro. I believe in you.
Yeah, I think you missed it when Sandero was basically dragging 2 people behind her.
Yeah, exactly. You're a strong person. You'll be fine.
More because people tried to go through doors and had doors blow up in their face. And they did it again.
Okay.
Jaws are pretty powerful.
Okay. So, let me...
Oh yeah, I forgot half the place collapsed.
Yes, it did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get you guys in here. 1, 2, 3. All right. You find yourself back in the Goblin Warrens.
And knowing that we're down here, Sandero will light her hooded lantern, so at least there's constant light source without relying on magic. /
Alright.
an open torch.
All right, there you go.
Thank you, Sandaro.
I figured some of us at least need to say, I know he, as she points to Weston, he just kept dragging me around before.
All right. The old and
Got out of there,
abandoned...
though, didn't you?
Sorry, go again, Westonson.
Oh, I was mentioning to Cinderio. Got you out of there though, didn't we?
You quite literally pulled me from the dirt at one point. You need to reshare the map with us, Doug, I think.
Oh, yep, sorry.
Let me just. Sorry. Right, let's head in.
I roughly remember where this guy was when. I assume this is the big scary guy Titus was talking to. Sure.
Yeah, I'm presuming so.
So she'll slowly start walking / crawling because I can't remember how. this
Just
was.
stooping, more than anything else.
Yeah, because I remember A3 was the area that collapsed because of the bomb.
Yep, yep. So that area was all collapsed down. All right.
Yep. So we effectively have to go all the way around.
Yep. As you get to the areas here, everything starts to suddenly seem really hot. Like when you came here before, it wasn't, but now it's like almost sweltering.
This is
Did
new.
we leave a fire going down here and this place is just heating up?
Scenario, did you start a fire down here that we just kind of left?
No. Unless the fire from the explosions kept going after we dried everyone out. Can't be right.
There's not exactly a lot of air flumes down here, so the fire's been burning for a while. We should be kind of choking in smoke.
True.
Does
Want me to head in first? Take a look.
maybe does the heat seem to emanate off the walls?
Yes, it seems to radiate from deeper inside.
Okay.
You guys stand back a bit. Take my gun and my black powder satchel and hand them to Cinderio. But just in case there is open flame in there, as better safe than sorry.
Daryl keeps backing up. No, she'd probably go. Vander, we're playing Pax Barca.
All right.
And I'll slowly open the door from B1 into the hallway. Sorry,
right.
I said that as West.
As you open it, again, more of that heat just seems to permeate from somewhere. It is now uncomfortably, swelteringly hot.
Oh, hold on.
I remember there being an explosion in a workshop in this area, so I'm going to check B6 and B5 where the workshop was to see if there's a fire raging in those.
There is no fire raging in those areas. But again, the closer you get here, the hotter it gets. I need you to make me a fortitude save now.
Sure.
Okay, you're good. Yeah, it is, again, getting a little bit difficult to breathe. And sweat is just bucketing off you from the top.
I will take a rag and I'll wet it down from my water skin.
As you do so, you notice that it's so hot, your water skin is now, like, the room temperature for your water skin is actually quite warm. It does help a little bit, but it is not cooling you much.
Yeah, that's just to help prevent, keep moisture in the air I'm breathing.
Yep.
Is the heat radiating from the south or from the east?
From the south.
Okay. I'm going to head back in. Up here. I have a faint idea. Remember that room where the Cinderborn, or whatever they were called, were, that grabbed Peyton?
Oh, the one where we rescued that guy?
Yeah. It seems to be coming from the south, not from where that, the bipedal goat, because I don't think anyone here speaks goat. Might be hard to talk to that goat in the room. I think Titus spoke goat.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Titus was contemplating a deal. So
Yeah.
presumably,
So, yeah, remember the room with the burnt guys? That's where the heat, I think, is coming from. There's not much I'm going to be able to do to stifle the heat. If I had a couple of days, I might be able to make some potions that will allow us to be down here a bit longer. But right now, I don't have anything on me. You'd be walking into an oven.
Well, that's an
So,
easy fix then.
it's a question, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Since the Fortune Dragon item I picked up is a Ring of Fire Resistance, does that help Sandera?
Yes, you do still feel the heat and stuff like that, but it's
Yeah.
nowhere near as impactful for you as it is for the others.
Yeah.
Well, that's an easy fix. We can just go up and see if we can find a magic scroll or potion that will enable us to travel through hot locations.
If we go over to Misha's, she would either have some or have the ingredients I would need to make some.
Yeah. Great idea, Edson.
Okay. But I don't think we should press on right now.
Okay.
Unless you think the heat down here is of urgency that we need to look into, in which case I'll go running in.
No. Other question.
Hmm.
How deep are we?
Not that
'Cause I'll say
deep. You're about maybe 30, 40 feet below ground. If that. Actually, probably less. I'd say probably like 15 foot below ground. Because I forgot goblins, so yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if you really dug up, you could probably dig to the surface pretty quickly.
Yeah. Or go the other way if we can work out rough floor plan.
Yep.
So now we'll propose potential air vents to release the heat as an option to the group.
Well, that work. There's a supply room down there.
It would not work
Fight
because
something.
you are currently beneath this Sandpoint Cathedral.
Oh.
We should probably talk to the father then, as well.
That sounds like something we need to sort out the source to stop the heat at this point.
I think you're right.
All right, I'll take my gun and black powder there back.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go have a chat with the fathers and then to Misha's.
So I'm hoping.
Right.
That's what I think.
Let's do that.
All right. You leave and head back up to go speak with Father Xantus.
Do we want to kill two birds with one stone? Because the father and I are. I mean, we're fine, but I have nothing to add to that, so I can go into the store and get the stuff we need.
All right.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't feel like this is much of a conversation. Hey, Father, it's really hot down there. Cool. What do you want me to do about it? Do you reckon you can go look into it? Or should I hire someone else to go do that? Oh, no, we can go look into it. Okay, cool. Well, you go do that.
But once
After-
again, just make sure that you're aware that we're going underneath the cathedral to do some stuff.
That's
We
okay.
keep
I
doing
wasn't going there anyway.
Yeah. Just be warned if there's an extra warm room up here just
Uh-huh.
because of heat rising. Maybe stay out of it just in case.
Okay, thank you for the heads up. He'll do that.
Just in case, it was like
Could I get
imported
the
milk
group to roll me a percentage? And for the love of God, none of you roll a 1. Good.
Jesus.
Excellent. You guys are good. You guys are fine. So, as a curious question, does anyone have any theories about what's going on down there?
Someone's ignited the Cinderborn fire that was in the middle of the room and is doing something with it.
It's a good theory. I like it. I like it.
Or when we left, because we left in a big damn hurry and closed the door, the runes have been on the whole time. And it's just been constantly heating up.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. Alternative. I'm actually surprised it's not cold emanating because we had that cold room trap as well.
Offset the two of them.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
neutral. So basically, if you wanna fix it, you just overload the frost trap as well and see how that goes.
Then we get some water in the mix. I'm sure pressure would be fine. We should redirect it underneath that clockwork guy's store.
Now that's
Steam
just a step too far west.
He might enjoy it with the steam-powered mechanics.
Oh, so I was thinking I was helping out.
Sure.
All right. So what do you pick up?
That's me as me doing that necessarily.
So what do you pick up from the store to help you with your exploration?
If she has any pre-made potions of fire resistance or some form of generic elemental resistance, I'll pick up those. I would also like to get a formula potentially because I have some extra formula spaces.
She is absolutely not going to do that because that would ruin her
Mark.
business.
I'll sign a non-selling agreement.
No, because again, you are the town drunk.
That's right.
45 gold pieces per potion.
I can afford 2, and I am now broke aside from 10 silver.
Alright.
I can
I'll
buy.
take care of it. I'll buy 3. One for each of us. How long do they last, Misha?
They will last. Misha tells you that they will last for 1 hour.
Ah, perfect. If
there
that's the
anything-
case, I'll get 6, please.
Okay, very well. She sells them to you at a discount of 40 gold instead of 45 gold. That includes the ones that Westonson ordered as well, because you're buying so many.
Ah, thank you.
She also inquires
then-
as to where Peyton is.
Peyton? What does she look like? Like, does she seem worried? Does she seem concerned?
She's Misha seems to take note more than anything else. Like, you know, like when you came in, she looked like she was kind of like sour looking, and then when Peyton didn't come in, she kind of like a little worried, you know what I mean? Like in the sense that she's trying not to look worried, but clearly is concerned.
Well, Misha, Peyton has received an injury. He was incredibly brave last night, but because of that, he went and done a patent. He's doing okay now. If you wish to see him, not saying you want to, but if you wish, he is in the temple.
She doesn't really say too much about that. She just kind of like again goes about serving you and the like, but you kind of get the impression that very much like what OG said. She might not like Peyton, but you know she doesn't want him to be harmed and stuff like that. And you know, even if she doesn't visit, she may send like a little fruit basket or something like that.
A vial full of water.
Yeah,
Edible
that's it.
bouquet.
Desiccated water droplets.
Dehydrated water. Just like water.
Get well soon, you bastard.
Yeah, that's it. You dick. Yeah, that's it. All right. All right. With your resistance potions now in hand, we will fast forward because we got another 10 minutes to go. I presume you guys drink your potion and begin to advance, which we are now back on the map, so you guys may do so.
Yeah.
I'll gesture for the 2 to stay a bit of distance behind me, and I'll start walking down through. My way down to B8, I guess.
Now, while you are here, the heat is unbearable here. If it weren't for your resistance potions, you definitely would be taking damage in the area. But with 5 resistance, that is, well, I mean, you know what? I'll roll it every round anyway, because if it gets a 6, you will take damage. So no damage this round. But as you enter here, the heat is not coming from this room. It is coming from over here.
We should have checked in this direction.
And as you look there, you do see a wall kind of caved in with like stones and rocks and the like. However, the rock is burning white, and you can see that there are little bits of like magma basically pouring and melting. You're not sure if it's actually magma behind this wall or if the stone is actually itself melting from the heat that is permeating from here. Now, if you guys get too close, you will definitely start taking damage. But from your distance, your fire resistance is still helping you. It is still, however, difficult to breathe because the air is quite thin.
I'm guessing a simple splash of water is not going to be able to cut it.
Sorry?
A simple splash of water is not going to be able to cool it down.
No, you open your water bottles, they will evaporate.
Yeah, thought so. Alright. That's an issue. Can I taste any magic in the air?
Yes, there is an overwhelming amount of evocation magic. If you would like to make an Arcana check to try and figure out what's going on, you may do so.
Let's do that. Let's do that. A 26, please.
What level are you guys? 4, 5,
6.
6. 6? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. So that will just make the DC. So here is what is happening. Effectively, the demon, who was housed in area B3, used to power the Hellfire Plume. B10 was the command center in which the Hellfire conduit was created a connection and allowed for the tower to fire. With the tower destroyed and the conduit pathway now interrupted, all that evocation magic that is built up over several thousands of years of inactivity, when you destroyed this area and killed these skeletons that were over here, they engaged it. And it is now building energy, specifically evocation energy, exponentially. What effectively you're standing on is a nuclear bomb about to explode.
We gotta go fix that magic. We gotta go fix that magic like now, guys.
If we just told everyone to leave the town, wouldn't this fix the
No,
seven
no, no,
dooms?
no. We don't even have time. We have to do this now. To the command center.
Yeah, you're fairly sure that this will destroy everything from here to Magnamar.
Yeah.
It gets the 7 dooms. Just saying.
Well, that's true. That's the second Doom done.
Hmm.
Actually, technically, this is still the first Doom, but for other reasons.
I'm counting it as 1.5.
Yeah.
let's
Well,
go.
remember, Rip Nugget was the one who set the goblins here and was setting this in motion. This was actually what Rip Nugget's plan was, to destroy the town. So Rip Nugget himself is a Doom, but how would Rip Nugget destroy the town? This was how he was going to destroy the town.
Alright, let's start working this magic and seeing if we can start transferring some of this evocation to conjuration, shall we?
Perfect. It's almost as if you were given exactly the tools you needed.
Exactly, I know, right? How helpful, convenient almost.
So convenient. All right. So, in order to change the focus to remove the evocation energy, in order to change it from evocation to conjuration, what you would need to do is you would need a DC 30 Arcana check on this central thing. Bear in mind, if you get a 20 or lower, that is a critical fumble, and the campaign will come to a very violent end. You do have a natural 20, but for the sake of the story, I am going to forbid its use.
Oh.
Alright.
The deep-seated evil part of me wants this roll to fail.
Shit.
Chad's just going to
Now-
come in with the divine interventions.
He probably divine interventions are still fair game and stuff like that, but another side of it as well is I will also forbid myself from using jinx points. I will also say that there is going to be a chance, if that first critical failure happens, for anyone who wants to make a religion, occult, or nature check to counteract it, will be able to do so as well. But they have to be an expert in those. So they do have to have...
Which Sandariel is not on any of them.
Ah, very well. All right, Christina's redeemed an inspiration. So Navander, I'm presuming. Yep, Navander, you have advantage on this roll.
Okay. Let me just double check things that I have. Alright. Alright, so the first thing he's going to do is just quickly examine how to use this. He looks around. Alright. I'm going to have to start channeling through this device here. And let's see if we can do this. None of you are trained in Arcana, are you?
Nope.
Okay. Well, if the town blows up, let's hope.
I think it's Titus and Siak he wanted for that one.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, if you do nothing, it's going to blow up, so...
Yeah, exactly. So let's do our first Arcana check, shall we?
OG has come in with a $10 tip. Thank you so much, OG.
Thank you.
Are we giving some hero points to Navander? Yeah, okay. 2 hero points to Navander. I did forbid the nat 20, but I didn't forbid the hero points. Hero points are still valid.
Have any hero points?
And well, no, that's that. But also, FYI, if you do use a hero point, it is at advantage because you have the inspiration as well.
Well, let's do that then, shall we?
Well, I mean, start with the advantage, and then if you fail, you can re-roll.
Yeah.
Let's do the advantage. The first one, 31. Never mind, we're good.
Oh wait, I'm actually good at this thing. Oh, see, now I want to use Jinx points. No, it's fine. All right, well, one and done. Well, you still get. Well, hang on, you still have to roll at advantage. So let's do that again.
You might get the nat 20 as well.
There you go. That's it. I mean, it's already a crit, so it's not like you'll crit more. But yeah, there you go.
19.
Well, yeah. Again, if you hadn't had the the advantage there, I mean, like there is a very good chance you would have fumbled there. So I love how it's like there's so much tension. Like, okay, this is it, all or nothing. Click. Oh yeah, there you go.
It's the Indiana Jones swap.
That's it. And then a few moments later.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not Indiana Jones swap. No,
Okay.
no.
All right. Scott's in Dakota. Thank you so much. OG Lava Kitten, thank you as well. Navander is now fully loaded, which I'm sure they greatly appreciate. And Navander, you managed to find the focus in the center of this crucible. And as you do, the flames change from this bright red color to a deep kind of like almost like canary. No, not canary yellow. What's the sloth one? Sky blue. It turns into this sky blue flame. The heat immediately starts to die down. But you feel something else. I need all 3 of you to roll me percentages. Okay, you guys are fine. You hear the sound of the devil in the other room sort of laughing. You don't know why, but he seems tickled at the sudden change of circumstance, should we say.
Point out, didn't you say you were converting that to conjuration magic? And isn't he a demon?
Yes.
Now bear in
Okay.
mind, he can't access that power or anything like that. He just knows that his energies have been shifted.
We might have to go have a chat with him after. But for now, let me just do the final touches. There we are.
And with that, the Hellfire Flume becomes a new gateway for our heroes. Now, if and when you choose, apparently, which I didn't notice, but let me just actually double check here. In the Whistlefang Lair, and other places.
Before we didn't really explore the whole place.
No, you didn't. But there is supposed to be teleportation portals around the place. So I just want to have a quick look if that's okay. Let's see, D10. Here we go, the Devil's Shrine, yada yada yada. Nope. And then D15, which is where Rip Nugget was that? Oh, yep. So in... Oh, no, that's just where the research stuff is. Maybe I'll just say that area there has the teleport rune, just because I haven't read the other. I read the other dungeon, but I didn't see where the teleport pad was. So in the previous Whistlefang lair, where you fought Rip Nugget, will be your anchor point. So if you go back there, make physical contact with it, Navander can now establish a link between there and Brodert's shop. And you guys can now teleport to there. After you go back the next time. So yay!
Yay! Wonderful.
All right.
Huzzah.
Gerlung will be so happy to see us again after just a few days.
That's true. And Gerlung, because you are allied with Gerlung, I feel as though you guys have like roughly a good resting point in that area now that you're allied with them. You could also ask him about the bird, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That might be a good idea.
But for now, however, with crisis now averted, thank you so much to my lovely players. Thank you to my audience for coming and joining us today. It was an absolute blast and always amazing to get to hang out and play some games with you guys. We are back on Sunday, perhaps. Again, depending on how many people are available via the Thanksgiving stuff that's going on. We're hoping that we will be here for Gatewalkers because a lot of our friends are from the UK and the like. So hopefully, we'll be able to enjoy that. But till then, guys, my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. Please, as always, I hope that you have a safe, wonderful, and prosperous weekend. Stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks!